Mark, you said it was a no-win game this afternoon. I mean, we progressed with a 2-0 win. What are your first thoughts of the 90 minutes?
Oh, we're through. That's it, basically. It wasn't a classic. We had some issues yesterday morning. And obviously waiting for Worthington's appeal, which wasn't heard until 5 o'clock. We didn't know until late yesterday afternoon. So we weren't sure whether he could play or not. And we picked up some injuries yesterday morning. So we were a bit disrupted, and that affected us going into today. So it was just important that we got through.
Yeah, just a word. Obviously, Matt Worthington, we kept quite quiet on the result of that suspension. I mean, did that impact anything with it being so late that the appeal came through?
Well, we couldn't really work on what we really wanted to do, so we had to plan A, plan B. And then we lost Jordan Stevens yesterday morning with a little bit of a tight hamstring. Michael Smith was a doubt. Obviously Hyde was unavailable. And we lost Whittle last Saturday with a groin strain. So it's a big, when you're taking that percentage of players out of the team, it's going to disrupt the flow of the team. So the importance was just to get through the tie.
You had to go out and sort of get yourself into a comfortable position early on. You come into the break with 2 goals, one from Frank, one from Reece. I mean, what was said at half time going in? Obviously, you looked sort of slightly more relaxed the second half. Like you didn't. Obviously, you still had the impetus going forward.
Yeah, it's a difficult one. It'll be 2-0 up. We don't want to give them anything to go on, but it was more or less more of the same. Just a couple of tactical bits to try and find some more space for the forward players and wide players. But we had a goal chalked off that wasn't offside. We had a blatant penalty on Maguire Drew. That puts more of a comfortable sort of slant on the scoreline if you want, if those stand like they should. But like I say, we're through, and that's all that matters.
Yeah, of course, the other end of the pitch, a clean sheet is something you always must be happy with. I mean, as a team, as a whole, you got quite quiet throughout the game.
But they came second half, they had to go 2-0 down. They came and pressed a little bit higher and didn't get all the players behind the ball like the first half. And they had to go, fair play to them, but we really looked like conceding, I don't think.
Yeah, of course, a word on Will Dawes getting some minutes. I mean, it's quite nice to have an opportunity to get some players that don't often get so many minutes, to get them out on the pitch.
Yeah, Sonny got some minutes today, didn't he? Will got some minutes. Josh Hours played another 90 minutes. So it's good that we can keep them motivated so they still feel part of the group. And Will's had glandular fever, and anyone who's had that knows how long and how much that can take out of the body. So it's taken him a while to get up to speed. So that's he's just got to keep training, working hard.
Word on Charlie Bateson as well, obviously getting involved in the squad on the bench. I mean, it must be great to have sort of some youth coming up, and although not involved, he got in and around the squad.
Yeah, well, he scored some goals, hasn't he, for Shepton Mallet? So we could only field sort of 4 subs from the first team squad, including a goalkeeper. So I think it's important that we have that. If players are promising and doing well, they get an opportunity to be on the bench. You don't just get given that, you have to earn it. And obviously Charlie's been out and scored some goals, so he got his opportunity.
Just a final word, the draws on Monday. I mean, I'm sure you're hoping they're sort of quite as nice as they have been so far. I mean, a nice home one, I'm sure, is what you're expecting or what you're hoping for.
We just want a tie that gives us a realistic opportunity to progress and get to the first round. That's what we're hoping for.
Yeah, of course. I mean, even if it was a National League side, do you see that as a case of being able to challenge against a league that sort of gives you a bit more of a test as well? Or do you look at that?
That then becomes a different dynamic for us being the underdog rather than us expecting to win 5-10-0 when we're playing these teams. So, it makes it a different dynamic. But whoever we get, we'll fancy our chances, especially here.
Brilliant. Thanks, Mark.
Pleasure.